41 bikes all on the circuit there, rounded out by 888 Paul Fagg, who came into the pits earlier on for the Thunderbike Ultras, but we do have a green flag at the back then, so it'll be all eyes to the lights in just a second there, but it's so far away there. It's always from the line back to the bridge there, but the red lights are on, the revs rise, and away we go. And who will make the best start there? Looks like Josh Owens from pole position there. Phil Crow on that BMW of the inside of Finley Arscott, but Finley holds on to the outside and will hold on to second position as they go around Old Hall for the first time there. Phil Crow, can't quite see that there in fourth place there, but a long line of Powerbikes there making their way down towards yourself now, Keith.
Yeah, just watching them come down the hill, over the hill at Denton's there, and a few challenges going on in the midfield there as people try and jostle for position. Everybody safely through Cascades at the moment. Yep, the whole field's gone through, and there's a big long line of bikes all the way up to Ireland already.
Lap record there, I believe, coming into this weekend, if I can just find it on here, was a 39.5.
Oh, we smashed that yesterday,
Josh
quite happily.
Josh Owens with a 37.7. So
yeah, that's the hot pace. Well, we've already seen the lap record go in a couple of classes so far today. I wonder if we're going to see a low 37 before the end of the play. We'll wait and see as they come down the hill. Doctor's Dangle going out for the leader there as he anchors up into Izzy's. Flicks it through. Let's have a quick look there, see if we can see the number on the bike there. No, I can't quite make it out. I can see Phil Crow there in fourth. There's definitely no missing Phil as he holds on to it. Everybody else safely through, making sure, big long line. A lot of colour, a lot of machinery, a lot of noise, a lot of unfamiliar fairings. That's the problem with this class. I haven't been able to see them as clearly as you can down here when I was up there yesterday, Bradley, so I'm going to have to rely on you and the computer to tell me who's doing what. Somebody comes past very slowly indeed. There's clearly an issue there for Paul Fagg. He had a problem earlier too.
He did. He pulled out of the Thunderbike Ultra race, first race on the programme, but third race of the day as Josh Owens comes across the line there. Opening lap of a 42.7 there. He's a tenth of a second ahead of Finley Arscott, and then it is 691 Harrison Crosby ahead of Phil Crow, Ben Luxton, Stephen Butterworth up next ahead of Nathan Harrison on the 5-lane, Morgan Creasy ahead of Max Hardy. They were having a good battle yesterday, and then it's the 2-on-2 bike up next, and that is Gareth Roberts. So that is your top 10 as they came across the line to complete the first lap then, but Max Hardy's doing such a good job this weekend on the 5-lane there, and I believe you would have raced against Max, is that right, Lewis?
Yeah, I think, the year 2023, I think I raced against Max. He was in the juniorship squad, same as me. Had a good results. We actually had a really good battle. I think it was me, him and Callum Beach and Ranzach. It was a three-way scrap for the win. Luckily I come out on top. Both of them did give me a really, really good race. Yeah, he's a really good rider.
Absolutely, he's gone from strength to strength there, but taking a 215 or some horsepower 5-lane around Oulton Park for the first time, it's going to open your eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never rode anything round here bigger than the 400. I did obviously ride a 600 for a bit, but I only did Snetterton and Donington, so I wouldn't know what it feels like to be on the big bike around here. But I bet it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of twists and turns, and obviously you've got to be very strong to muscle one of these round for about 10, 15 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine the rear brake disc getting a bit of a workout as well. But sorry, Keith, we're already heading in towards Lodge at the moment there, and it looks like Josh Owens is still holding on to that advantage. I can see the black fairings and the orange and blue helmet Phil Crow there in fourth place, but across the line then it's let's have a look, 37.5 from Owens on the first of the flying laps, then ahead of Finley Arscott by around about half a second. Harrison Crosby up next, and it's Crow, Luxton, Butterworth, Harrison, Creasy, Hardy and Roberts. So the top 10 is pretty much as you were from last time around to this time around. Luke Wallington dropping 3, 4, a few positions there, so we're waiting for that purple number 49 of Luke Wallington to come across the line, but it seems to be dropping down the timing screen here, so I'm not sure what's happened to Luke, but we'll keep an eye on that one as a 33 of Luke Blackford comes across the line, 6th place in the Clubman's, but a long line of Powerbikes. Just a quick one, Keith, the number 32 of Martin Morris is not having the best of weekends so far. He's struggling to get the grip for the Honda. He's 30th at the moment, they're 18th in class, and of course was a retirement yesterday in the MRO 600s when the water hose decided to not be intact anymore.
That's a bit of a fail. There we go. I just had a quick look at the TSL timing screen on my phone here, mate. It's a little bit hard to read, but I can see a 37 and a half second lap there. So already the lap record has gone by Josh Owens there. Absolutely brilliant stuff as they make their way past me. Doesn't realise any change at the sharp end here. All starting to spread out little by little. Who's leading the Clubmans at the moment, mate? Is it Sammy?
No, it's the number 70 machine of Rob Pearce. So Rob Pearce is up there in 15th position. Sam Cranston is ahead of Ben Wood, that is, so second and third place. And they have the first of the retros in between Pearce and Cranston, and that is number 19, Tyler Donovan.
Okay, because Rob Pearce didn't actually land on the podium at Brands Hatch and picked up a third place yesterday, so he clearly wants a slightly shinier medal. Somebody going straight on at the chicane here very slowly indeed. That's the number 3 machine looking to regain the track nice and safely.
Jason Burrell.
Yeah, well, Jason's not being stupid here, unlike some people, so I think he realises his race is pretty compromised there. A whole lot of colour on Jason there, and he gets going again quite safely, so I think just a little bit of an out-braking manoeuvre as I watch the leaders disappear up the avenue once again.
Just a quick one, Keith. You said last time around Josh Owens with a 37.5, he's just put in a 37 flat.
Oh wow, I thought we might go low 37s. You can't go much lower than that really, can you? I wonder if we'll see the elusive 36 mark come up soon. Have to say at that pace you definitely wouldn't bet against him, would you?
No, absolutely not though. He's got 0.9 of a second of daylight between himself and Finley Arscott there, but there's a change further down the order there between Max Hardy and Morgan Creasy. Of course, both relatively local to one another. Morgan from Spalding and Max from Peterborough. Not too far away. They were almost side by side across the line, in fact. And I spoke to Morgan earlier on today. He said that when he was following Max in the braking zone for Old Hall just in front of me here, that when he puts his leg out and sits up for the braking zone there, it makes that 5-blade look like a pit bike.
Yeah, there's rather a lot of Max Hardys in there. Those of you who are Brands Hatch and saw his picture in the programme aboard the Triumph will realise just quite how tall Max is. He's got a very tall dad and quite a tall mum, and he's outgrown both of them quite happily. Right, in fact, I think, because what we tend to forget is that the first few guys in this race at the moment, they won't be scoring points. Owens, Arscott, Crosby, Crow, and I don't think Luxton. I don't know about Steve Butterworth, to be fair. I think he might be eligible for points, but certainly good for Hardy as far as the championship goes. And it's also good to see some young blood coming into the Powerbikes, isn't it, Brandon? We don't often see some youngsters in this class, do we?
No, you're absolutely right though. Josh Owens puts in a 1 minute 36.8, so the sub 37 bracket has just been smashed there with a 36.8 from Josh Owens, but Arscott, Crosby, Crow, Luxton, Butterworth, you're right, I think everyone in that top 5 is most definitely British there. Stephen Butterworth, of course, a Clubman champion from last year with us, wasn't he? And also the Retro 1000 reigning champion, is ahead of Nathan Harrison. Morgan Creasy now back ahead of Max Hardy by 0.296 of a second. But everybody inside the top 14, top 15, all staying in their positions, with Sam Cranston, in fact, now finding his way to the front of the Clubmans. The Clubmans are only separated by around about 2 seconds as well. The top 4, that is, Keith. So you've got Cranston, Pearce, Wood, Thompson, Donovan, and they're heading down the avenue now towards you.
Yeah, and I was just watching them come down. That's Owens and the Doctor's Dangle there. Jason Burrell decided to take the escape road once again. I wonder if his bike's just on autopilot or something and just using the old track. Oh, somebody else there going for a bit of an escape road manoeuvre again. Certainly don't gain anything by doing that. That was the 7-Eleven machine of... nope, not got a 7-Eleven on my... list here anywhere. Phil Crow, that was, sorry.
Oh, we've got Phil Crow.
Yeah, sorry, that was Phil. Obviously here at Oulton Park you get to use an escape road. Not an option you generally have at the Isle of Man though, is it?
No, I think that's safe to say, definitely. But Josh Owens again, he gets, really bursts out of Deer's lead there and comes across the line. He's gone purple in sector 2, but it's a 37.1 on that lap as Arscott goes through, as does the third place position of 691 Harrison Crosby. There goes Phil Crow. And he is currently lapping in the 38-39 second bracket at the moment as well. Good battle starting to develop for 5th position between Luxton, Butterworth and Harrison. Also, we believe they may be British runners as well, so we're looking towards that battle between Creasy and Hardy. And here he comes across the line now. It is Morgan Creasy with the advantage over number 71 Max Hardy, and then the 212 Gareth Roberts right there with them as well. So I'm not familiar with Gareth Roberts, I have to admit there, Keith. I'm not sure if it's a name you've come across previously.
No, I'm thinking it might ring a vague bell. I'm genuinely not 100% sure though. Jake Marsh just going straight on there, and also Matt Wren as well. So the escape route definitely proving a very popular option here, rather than trying to chuck it around the corner and getting up on the grass, something like that. It's definitely a very useful thing to have here. Is it the leader coming back towards me once again?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, he's so fast, so smooth. And of course he's going to finish these 10 laps, and then somebody down at Cascades. It's gone very wrong indeed. It looks like tornado's gone through there. The amount of dust that's coming up, you'll probably be able to see that from where you are in a moment. I've got no idea who that is at all. It's somebody the mid to backfield there, because I was literally just watching our leader go through the chicane here, but there's a whole blur of orange running towards the incident there. The rider is up and okay, right? That's the good news. Rider is being gently led towards the fence, but wow, that was definitely some serious airtime for that bike. Would have thought air traffic control might have seen that briefly on their screens there, so let me know who goes missing there, but fortunately rider up and okay, so it's just another one for the recovery teams to go and scoop up after the race.
Yeah,
there we go.
Certainly keep an eye on it there as Owens goes quicker again with a 36.797. He's showing no signs of slowing down at the moment.
He isn't, is he?
No, I'm just looking for the second sector times there. So let's have a look there. Looks like a change of position between Krawiecki and
David came through because I recognise his bike. He's easy to spot.
We're still waiting now for number 87 of Carl Thompson there, who unfortunately did have an incident on the exit of Paddock Hill Bend 3 weeks ago at our first round, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Carl, the serious contender of the rookies last year. Well, I can see if it is indeed Carl, I can see him up okay, taking his helmet off. He's just going, what the hell? And the recovery van's very much there in position ready, so there won't be too much of a delay between this and the next race.
Just a quick one. Scott Stone on that 5 lane has come into the pits as well, so no number 125. He's coming into the pits out of, I think it's around about top 10 position there for Scott.
Okay, Jason Burrell must have a problem with that bike because he's come through the escape road again very, very slowly. Well, I tell you what is good about these guys, the way they're rejoining is very kind of polite, and I don't think Jason knows he's not in the race at all, so he's going very, I'm wondering if it's just a bit of a test session for him or something, but clearly he's got some sort of an issue with those brakes. To lose it once is bad, twice is annoying, but 3 times definitely suggests some sort of an issue down there.
Got some good battles further down the order there.
Yeah, we have. I'm just watching one come past me. That is Max Hardy. He's involved in a good three-way battle, isn't he?
Him and Morgan and Roberts.
Yeah, literally just saw that come through there.
Well, the top 3, top 4 across the line now as Phil Crowe is into the braking zone for Old Hall. There goes Jason Burrell then, so he's now a lap down after it's a few excursions in front of you there as Nathan Harrison looks to the inside now of, I believe that's Butterworth there. So Harrison has made his way through on Ben Luxton. Of course, Ben Luxton just lacking a little bit of horsepower compared to his rivals there on that 765 Triumph, but Harrison up the inside of Butterworth into Old Hall corner then on this 8th lap as Morgan Creasy comes across the line with an advantage of 0.2 of a second over Max Hardy, and then it's Gareth Roberts up next to round out the top 10 overall.
Ben Wood having a good battle with David Krawiecki there. Actually nearly gave the full Freddie Mercury treatment on the exit of Knickerbrook here, kept it all together. As that's Crowie again, is it? Yeah, it is. It's Big Phil Crowe. He's clearly struggling with that machine at the moment, and he's trying to find a gear here and stuff. He's just hooked it up, so I guess he's got a reverse shift on that sucker. Again, he's looking for a gap here. They really should get the youngsters down here to get a lesson on how to rejoin the circuit when you get it wrong. And Phil Crowe gets going again, but he will have dropped a few places there. But again, this is very much a test session and a signature session for Phil Crowe. He's not worried about the results at all, is he, Bradley?
No, I think you're right on that one. I think the last time we saw Phil Crowe was at Silverstone 3 years ago, though, when he was fighting with the likes of Bob Collins and whatnot. But yeah, it's good to see Phil with us back here at Oulton Park. But yeah, like you say, it's pretty much a signature exercise there, isn't it, for his entry for the TT? As Josh Owens comes across the line with 2 laps to go now.
Looks like Hardy's managed to get the better of his rivals there, because now that young Max has found his way to the front of that little group, he's opened up a 3 or 4 bike length gap, which is all good to see.
It's all relatively spread out there. Nathan Harrison putting some distance between himself and Stephen Butterworth, and Ben Luxton has Jason Burrell just to contend with there as Jason's a lap down there. Of course, in the power bikes there, but still, even the guys towards the back of the field, they're still lapping very quickly, aren't they? Oh, Krawiecki and Wood very close there, going up through Clay Hill. There, a little bit of a rub between. I think Ben nearly got some pink bits on his fairing there for his trouble. Unfortunately, and I see another cloud of dust coming at Cascades there, so I'm guessing that means somebody else unfortunately has lobbed it. The wind looks like it's picking up because that cloud of dust is disappearing very rapidly indeed. And let's see if we've got, I think we might be getting a result here. Are we calling for a red flag? I can't quite see. No, okay, yeah, red flag's gone out there.
Yeah, it has. I thought so. I thought I just saw one of the marshals calling for the red flag there. Well, the ambulance is right on the spot. I mean, the doctor's actually going straight to the scene there with his kit. So I'm not sure who that is we've lost. How far is